millions of soldiers passed through Folkestone during the Great War en route to the Western Front. A commemorative arch is to be built and unveiled on the Lees by the Step Short team, dedicated to highlighting the town's links to World War I.
We've been working on this project now for between 3 and 4 years and have put thousands of hours into it. And the arch is going to be the centrepiece, hopefully, of all our projects.
Folkestone's event will be one of many on August the 4th next year, 100 years to the day since Britain entered the war. Step Short organisers have been invited to a meeting at 10 Downing Street to discuss how their event can best dovetail with others taking place all over the country. How best, in other words, to honour the millions of soldiers who boarded the troop ships here on their way to the trenches. In the meantime, the government's announced funding for a raft of projects, including schemes to educate school children about local stories and heroes.
Hundreds of veterans, soldiers and scouts have held the annual Step Short down the Road of Remembrance in Folkestone. This year the event falls on the 99th anniversary of the start of World War I. It's the route millions of troops took on their way to France in 1914. As part of today's service, the first turf was dug where a new arch will be built to honour soldiers.
People will be able to come and visit the memorial next year, stand on the spot where all those millions of men marched down to the harbour 100 years before. So it's a very significant day for us in terms of preparing for the centenary, and Folkestone during the centenary period will be doing a lot to mark this very, very important anniversary.
Deep in the mud we found him, midway between hell on earth, rigid and black as charcoal, stripped of the right of birth. To the bugle sound at the end of the day, to the rising of the sun, we will remember with respect when all is said and done. And in our prayers with thoughts of them in silence standing here, the flower of youth will bloom once more with each golden autumn year. The Road of Remembrance. There's a town overlooking the channel. There's a road leading down to the sea. They call it the Road of Remembrance, and it's planted with rosemary. Let us pass down the roads in silence and think of them once more, the men who marched down here with us, our comrades of war. For this is the road of remembrance, where many a mother's son passed ere he made the sacrifice that victory might be won. There was Bobby, who came from Birmingham, and Wally, who came from York. There was Jock, who came from Glasgow Toon, and Paddy, who came from Cork. There was Artie, who came from Oxton Way, and many a comrade more, who marched with us down the steep cliff road when we sailed away to war. And there were men from Australia too, the Canadians and the Yanks, infantrymen, artillerymen, the men who manned the tanks. An endless array, all khaki clad, marching away to war, marching down the steep cliff road to sail from old England's shore. And some wore a smile or joked a while, and some sang snatches of song, but some were silent and thoughtful as they proudly marched along. for this was farewell to the homeland. Many a man would see no more, as they marched away down the steep cliff road to sail from old England's shore. And side by side we fought with them till we missed them one by one, but we left them over yonder when the victory had been won. So we pass down the road in silence, and we think of them once more, as they marched down this selfsame road with us as we sailed away to war. Oh, where's Bobby from Birmingham, and Wally who came from York? Oh, where is Jock from Glasgow Toon, and Paddy who came from Cork? And where is Artie from Oxton Way, and many a comrade more, who marched with us down the steep cliff road when we sailed away to war? Poor Bobby, he sleeps in Haverincourt, and Wally out Ypres way, and Paddy I missed at Borland Wood, he fell in the fight they say. And Jock and Harry are sleeping too, with others I used to know, neath their little wooden crosses, where the Flanders poppies grow. And so we pass from days of war to days of peace instead, and we build our glorious monuments in memory of our dead, to remind us of our comrades when many a year has flown, who passed down the road of remembrance and into the great unknown. And here in this town by the Channel, this road leading down to the sea, in the nation's road of remembrance, all planted with rosemary. Robert Worsley, 23rd of October, 1923. When Rayleigh Herr volunteered to sing the song Road of Remembrance at the Stepshort 2012 parade, he decided to do some research and discovered some interesting facts. The lyrics were written by Catherine Strood and the music by Hubert Oak. The song was dedicated to Alderman Edward Bishop, the Mayor of Folkestone, 1922 to 1926. He was the chairman of the committee welcoming the Belgian refugees at the start of the war, 1914. So was obviously a well-respected member of the council. The song was found in the Folkestone Council archives and appears to have been written to coincide with the renaming of the road, so it's probably about 92 years old, written perhaps due to a project similar to today's Step Short. Rosemary, the herb mentioned in the song, was planted down the side of the road and stands for remembrance, loyalty and fidelity, hence the association with this song and the Road of Remembrance. Originally called the Slope, the road was renamed at the same time as the unveiling and dedication of the War Memorial in 1922 at the top of the Road of Remembrance. It is the only Road of Remembrance in the United Kingdom and was renamed in honour of the millions of troops from the Empire and beyond that marched down it to the harbour to embark on ships to France and Belgium. This song has probably not been heard in public for many years. It would have been usual for it to be performed with just a piano, either in the home or somewhere like the Pleasure Garden Theatre. There were no hi-fi or iPods around then, so he felt that it would be fitting to present it today in keeping with those times, using just the piano score. So that's how he compiled this disc. Just try to imagine a family gathered around the piano in the parlour, maybe having lost a relative or two, so the song would have great meaning to them. So that's how he is going to present it to you, note for note, as the composer committed to paper all those years ago.
There's a road in an English town, planted with rosemary, either side now green, now brown, fragrant with memory. Sons of maple and pear, with sons of oak surrendered, a sacrifice to empire, thereby rosemary remembered. Road of remembrance, sacred fane, with vault of heaven above. Road of remembrance, Rosemary Lane, 'tis paved with death. live with deathless love. From life to death and yet again, from death to life is past, for there the country to retain its freedom to the last. Lest we forget the martyred young, disowned for graves in France, healing hearts with anguish wrung in road of remembrance. Road of remembrance, glorious name, whose slopes to victory trend. Ere laurel's grace its crown, for fame 'tis rosemary to the end. Ere laurel's grace its crown, for fame 'tis rosemary, rosemary, rosemary to the end.
They were summoned from the hillside, they were called in from the glen, and the country found them ready at the stirring call for men. Let no tears add to their hardships as the soldiers pass along, and although your heart is breaking, make it sing this cheery song. Keep the home fires burning while your hearts are yearning. Though your lads are far away, they dream of home. There's a silver lining through the dark cloud shining. Turn the dark cloud inside out till the boys come home. Overseas there came a pleading, help a nation in distress, and we gave our glorious laddies honor bade us do no less. For no gallant son of freedom to a tyrant's yoke should bend, and a noble heart must answer to the sacred call of friend. Keep the home fires burning while your hearts are yearning, though your lads are